guys, happy Thursday. I hope you're all well. I'm assuming it's Thursday, it's a bank holiday here in the UK, so I've kind of lost all track of days this week. So I'm going with my gut feeling that today's Thursday and ploughing on with my Thursday lunchtime truths. So today I want to speak to you about endometriosis and yoga. So this is the second in my series looking at different therapies, different techniques to help with endometriosis symptoms. Now, a lot of clients that I see, a lot of people I chat to, and I myself as well, have tried yoga over the years to alleviate endometriosis symptoms. I shall give you a little bit of a potted history with me and yoga. I first started trying yoga about 20 years ago when I was diagnosed with endometriosis. My doctors told me to cut back a bit on the high intensity training. So at that time, I was doing a lot of off-road cycling. I was doing circuit training 2 to 3 times a week. I was doing weights. I was doing high-intensity aerobic exercises as well, like aerobics classes and things. And I was walking to work every day. So I was doing quite a lot of exercise. I was super fit at that point. And the doctors advised that the high-intensity exercise probably wasn't doing my endo any good. So I should try and cut back on that. So at that point, I was looking for an alternative. I wanted something that would still keep me fit, it would still keep me strong, and maybe also a bit of relaxation. So I started doing some yoga classes at my gym. And I did enjoy them. I really, really did enjoy them. So I was cutting back on the circuits, I was cutting back on the high intensity stuff, and I started doing some yoga classes in my lunch break at work. Like I said, I did enjoy it. I found it really relaxing. But it didn't really have any noticeable impact on my endometriosis symptoms at that time. And then it was only sort of a little bit further down the road that I realised that actually, when I was doing the yoga, my symptoms were, in some cases, getting worse than they were with the high intensity exercises. So my pain, after I'd done the yoga session the next day, my pain would increase. If I'd done a lot of yoga, I would find that my menstrual pain would increase. I would have a really bad period that month. And yeah, the inflammation and things weren't really getting a whole load better, even though I'd kind of switched from the higher intensity to this yoga. Now, I must admit, because I was quite still am quite sporty, but nowhere near as sporty as I used to be. Because I was quite sporty, I was putting a lot into the yoga, so I wasn't just a passive participant. I was actively stretching. I was pushing down into the mats. I was doing everything that you should do with yoga. I was working up a sweat. My heart rate was elevated, and it felt like a workout. But it wasn't helping my endometriosis, so I ditched yoga. I've gone back to yoga over the years a few times, but I'd never really found that it helped. And this is something that resonates with a lot of my clients as well. I hear a lot of clients and prospective clients, people who I'm chatting to, saying that, I've tried yoga, it didn't work for me. Actually, it made things worse. I don't see the point. It doesn't help me. And I kind of get that because, like I say, that mirrored my experiences until relatively recently. There are so many different yoga classes and yoga teachers out there that it's quite hard to say definitively yoga doesn't, or quite harsh to say definitively yoga doesn't help. Because actually, if you find the right class, if you find the right strand of yoga, if you find the right practice and you find the right teacher, then actually it can be really, really beneficial. There are a couple of yoga poses that I recommend for all of my clients, irrespective of the symptoms, because it's really, really important when you've got endometriosis to keep those pelvic muscles and that abdominal area as free-flowing as you can, as relaxed as you can, and as functional as you can, so functioning well. And there are a couple of yoga poses that really, really help with that. So I do recommend yoga poses in isolation to all of my clients. However, as a practice, the practice of yin yoga. So if you want to try yoga, if you've tried yoga in the past and it hasn't worked, but you want to give it another go, then yin yoga. I would 100% always recommend yin yoga. So yin yoga, what on earth is yin yoga? Yin yoga is a lovely balance, and this might be why I like it, but it's a lovely balance of yoga, Specifically, if you've heard of like yoga nidra, which is like the meditative practice in yoga, so it blends that with some very, very, it's intense, but it's not energetic. Sorry, I'll just turn that off. It's intense, but it's not energetic poses. So you go through a series of very, very gentle poses, but it's very intense because you keep those poses for a long time. Predominantly floor-based, so you're not kind of getting up and getting down, so you don't have to worry about that lightheadedness. You don't have to worry about the dizziness or the queasiness if you struggle with that as part of your endo. You don't move a lot, but what you do is concentrate on deep-seated muscle aches. Now, you will have heard me talk before. If you've read my blogs, you'll have read my musings on the impact that pent-up emotions have on endometriosis and in health in general. And our muscles hold a lot of those emotions. So in practicing something like yin yoga, you're getting the physical relaxation from the stretches, you're getting the physical relaxation from the breathing work. There's a lot of breath work in yin yoga, and you're also getting the relaxation from the nidra work, from the meditative side of it as well. So it's a beautiful blend of all of that, and it's based on, as the name suggests, Chinese medicine. So obviously, again, you'll have heard me talk about how I kind of fall into the Eastern medicine category. I like calling things Eastern medicine because I like that blend of the different philosophies. Yoga is more of an Indian philosophy. It's more of an Indian practice. And then this yin yoga incorporates the Chinese medicine aspects of it as well. So that's probably why I like it, and I hadn't really thought about that before. But yeah, it's kind of, it speaks to me, it speaks to my work, and it's something that I would recommend all of my clients do. And if you're not one of my clients and you're looking to get back into yoga, or you're looking for something that will help with endometriosis symptoms, then yin yoga is a really, really good place to start. So as an example, when you're struggling with chronic pain, you don't necessarily want to do a lot of exercise. The thought of running, the thought of gym work, the thought of normal yoga, in inverted commas, the energetic yoga, fills you with dread. You haven't got the energy, the pain levels are too high. So yin yoga, you can literally, it sounds like I'm doing it a bit of a disservice here, but you can literally lie there. You get into one position, you close your eyes, and you literally feel the muscles relax. You feel all of that fascia, all of that soft tissue around the muscles relax. And it's a really, really beautiful way of taking out all the tension. Quite often, well, I'd say all the time, when you've got endometriosis, people that I work with endometriosis, and I know from my own experiences, quite a lot of the pain isn't actually the endometriosis itself. It's the surrounding tissue and the surrounding muscles and ligaments that are protecting that area of endometriosis, in the same way, again, you'll have heard me talk about this before, but in the same way as if you have a shoulder injury, the injury is there, the muscles around the injury tense up to protect the injury, to give it chance to heal, to give it time to heal, and when it's healed, everything relaxes. That's how things work. That's how the process works in a healthy body. When you've got something like endometriosis, you could have a cyst, or you could have a patch of endometriosis that's causing pain, that's inflamed, and the soft tissue, the fascia, and the muscles and ligaments around that will tense up to protect that area of endo. So quite often it's not the endometriosis itself that's causing the pain, it's all the other stuff that's going on with it. So with yin yoga, you can literally lie there, you can pinpoint the tension and the pain that you're feeling, and then with the right teacher to guide you through releasing that, you can release all of that pain and tension in that one specific area. So it does require, again, you'll have heard me talk about the mind, body, soul connection. It does require you to connect to your body, which is something I love as well. One of the fundamental points about endometriosis and overcoming endometriosis is understanding your body and understanding your endo. Connecting to your body and understanding how your body works, because your body is different to everybody else's body in terms of its responses, in terms of how it copes with pain and inflammation and endometriosis. Your symptoms, your triggers, and your causes will be different to other people's. But yin yoga is a fabulous way of just getting inside your body, getting your mind inside your body and relaxing off all of those tensions. Oh, massive lorry just jumped outside. And reversing, how exciting. Not much happens around here. Yes, so I'm getting distracted. This is again one of the downsides of talking to yourself in a computer. Yes, so great way of getting inside your body, of really understanding the tension and relaxing everything down, specific areas, specific muscles, specific points of pain. It's not going to solve everything in one session. My coaching clients, so my one-to-one coaching clients, actually get 3 sessions included with the coaching program if it's pertinent to them. And 3 sessions is quite a nice number. It kind of gets you familiar with the practices. It gets you confident in the moves, and it enables you to either carry on or to maybe do a little bit yourself as well. So like I say, my clients get 3 sessions of that included. And if you're at my one-to-one clients get 3 sessions included. If you're another client of mine, you get a discount as well with a fabulous practitioner who does yin yoga online, and you can either do her live classes, or if you sign up, you get a recording, so you can do that in your own time as well. So my clients get a discount to her online classes. Little plug there for Catherine. I'll put a comment. I'll put a link in the comments where you can go and have a look at her classes. But yeah, so yin yoga. So some yoga isn't that great for endometriosis, because if you think about, when you talk about the more energetic yogas, the more energetic styles of yoga, practice of yoga, if you think about endometriosis as a scab, which it isn't, but it kind of, for this analogy, it follows the same principles. So if you think of you've got a cut on your finger, and that cut is starting to heal over, so you've got the forms of a scab, you've got the forms of healing going on. If you bend your finger too far, or do it too quickly or too far, then that scab will open up. You will rip that scar tissue that's beginning to heal. Now, endometriosis follows the same principle as that. You've got a lot of tissue that's interconnected, and it's connecting to muscles and sinews and fascia and all sorts of things going on down there. So if you're moving your body quickly, if you're putting a lot of exertion, if you're stretching it too extremely, then you are in effect doing the same thing as bending that finger with a scar on it. So you are kind of ripping apart almost that endometriosis, all that tissue, all that gunky nastiness that's going on within you. You're kind of ripping that open. The flip side of that is we need a bit of that, because, again, you'll have heard me talking about stagnation. With endometriosis, we need to keep moving as much as possible. Movement is key. So the more you move, the more you get rid of all these blockages, the more your blood flows better through you, the more the oxygen and the chi flows through you, which, as we know, we need for well-being and healing. So the more movement you have, the better you heal. But if it puts you in a lot of pain, if it kind of flares up that scarring, for want of a better word, but you know what I mean, if it kind of starts to pull at that endometriosis and creates more inflammation and pain than it's getting rid of, then obviously it's not going to be beneficial. So that's when we look at the more chilled out side of it. Yoga Nidra is really good as well. That is, like I say, that's a meditative state, but the yin yoga combines the stretches and the relaxation element with the mantras and with the meditation as well. So yes, yoga works, but it depends very much on your individual symptoms and on your individual situation in terms of which yoga will work. Yin yoga, I have never found anyone that yin yoga doesn't work, in inverted commas, for. So I've never found anyone who doesn't benefit from yin yoga. With the more energetic ones, it depends on the time of your cycle. It depends on how your endometriosis shows up. If your endo is pretty symptom free during most of the month, then you're probably okay doing more energetic yoga. Maybe you get a little bit more pain or inflammation around ovulation or around menstruation. So in those situations, you might be okay doing the more intense yoga practice during the month, and then when you know you're getting your flare up time of the month, then switch to yin yoga. Some people symptom free and can do more energetic yoga, but if you've tried it in the past and it hasn't worked, then please do try yin, and please do try it with Catherine as well. She's an awesome person. She's a lovely person and a great yoga teacher as well, and I might see you at some of her classes as well, because I will be doing them. She starts this Monday coming, so I will be there for the ones that I can make live, and I shall be getting recordings for those that I can't. So maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I'll see you on some of those sessions. So yes, if you have any questions about yoga, I can't necessarily answer all your questions on yoga because I'm not a yoga qualified person, but you'll see Catherine's details underneath. So if you have any questions on yoga, ask Catherine. If you have any questions on endometriosis, obviously ask me. I've got a space for a one-to-one client coming up in 3 weeks. So if anybody is interested in grabbing that one-to-one spot with me, please do message me or just book a call via my website to chat about your symptoms and see if you're a good fit for my programs. Just currently, 3 weeks. 3 weeks time, I'll have a space for a one-to-one session. So if you do fancy that, just drop me. Sorry, not a one-to-one session, a one-to-one program. So either 12 weeks or 6 months. Depending on your needs and your symptoms. So if you do fancy that, if you fancy a chat about that, get in touch with me. Any questions, give me a shout. Have a lovely rest of the week. Have a fabulous weekend. And I shall see you next Thursday, if not before. Cheers, guys.